we go.
All right, here we go.
Welcome to another edition of Two Dudes and
today
we got
from Supper Club.
who?
Leighton from Supper Club. Sexy name,
man.
Like it.
He is the executive bottle washing chef.
That's right.
Got it.
No, that's
All
right.
right.
He is actually the only executive chef I've ever known in my life.
No way.
Yeah, here's
Cheers.
I swear to God.
Cheers.
Small group.
So, Danny, real quick, you got to drink. You put it down. Don't drink. It's bad luck.
So what are we starting with? So what we
Oh,
started
yeah.
with, I told you, that's way better. So what we started with was a little Pinot Noir, a little pregame action, because that's what we do. And that's from Jessup, and it's very sweet.
Very
jammy,
sweet.
Very good. But because he came, I figured
so
we could
good.
drink an actually really good bottle of wine. So we were opening up a bottle of Chateau Haut-Brion, which is one of the first, it's actually, there's only five first growth.
Yes, 5 first groups.
Yes, and it's probably the best one of the 5. So, in his honor, we're drinking
I appreciate
really
that.
good juice. And he brought steak. Come on.
Yeah.
That's a steak wine if there is a
That's
steak
right.
wine.
Yeah, we're going to go over that little scenario here in a minute because I can't let that sit too long before I got to get after that. Just say.
So, let's get some details on the Supper Club. We've
So-
had the bartenders here.
Yeah,
Phenomenal
so
drinks, by the way.
a little quick background is Leighton and I go back,
Couple
almost
decades at
20
least.
years almost now. He was working at Sullivan's back in the day. We got him to come hang out with us at the house. We cooked at the house for
Cooked a
about
few
20
times
or
for a
30
while.
people. I think we started drinking at 10 o'clock in the morning when we were prepping.
Yeah, everywhere I go to cook for people at their house, I'm like, did a little dinner at your house, then at your party. Danny always more like strict. I'm like, man, I got to get everything's perfect, and I've never done this before. I go to your house, you're like, dude, if you leave here hungry or sober, it's your own fault. And literally, I don't know if anybody left hungry or sober.
And it's funny you say that because the other day in the podcast, one of the other podcasts, we were talking about that. If you come to my house and you leave hungry or sober, there's nobody to blame but yourself.
That's it. So we had a good time. That was, I think, you built the house, it flooded, you redid it, and it was a rebrand open party.
The second housewarming party.
The
Was that
second
the one
housewarming
they were
party.
dancing on the table?
Yes, that's when they were dancing on the bar.
I remember that. We woke up and nobody knew where their cars were, their keys were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a long day.
It was a long day. Yeah, because you and I cut and cleaned and cooked
That's
for
right.
hours upon hours. So what we've been doing here lately is we've had a couple of restaurants in. Gino is coming in.
Nice.
Shannon and Jason from Nino's has been in. We talked to Hugh today with Little Village.
Awesome.
Ran into him. So, they might be in competition. We ain't. So, so we all have fun together. And so what we decided to do was bring some restaurants in, give us some background because yours is probably the nicest, best restaurant to me in town. I love the other ones, don't get me wrong,
Appreciate
but y'all got a layer of chic in there, and it's a new style, more modern than some of the old school stuff, which is great, but it's just different. So give us the background story on Supper Club.
Perfect. So, kind of how it all started. You just mentioned I was at Sullivan for a long time. Way back in the day, I worked with Mackenzie Tolliver, Billy Joe Tolliver's past quarterback for the New Orleans Saints.
Yep.
His daughter, when she moved to town to go to LSU, Mackenzie worked with us at Sullivan's. Years went by, she left, ended up meeting Brandon Landry, who owns Walk-Ons. And they got married and they have kids and they're kind of doing the walk-ons thing. I think Brandon grew it to like 90-something locations. They, in the meantime, have opened up small sliders, done all that. And as they're kind of spreading out from Baton Rouge to bigger markets, to different states, he travels. He's a foodie. Like, he likes to go try new things and definitely on the higher end stuff. And the more he traveled and the more he went out, he realized, man, they have an opportunity for some of the spot like this in Baton Rouge. And same thing, he's like, it's not against the Baton Rouge dining scene. He's like, there's a lot of, you want to go get a good meal in Baton Rouge, there's 30 or 40 places you can go get a fantastic, awesome experience. But he's seeing these places in Miami and Dallas and Houston and Tampa, Atlanta, that's like people are waiting in line. It's a vibe dining. People get excited. It's more of like the night, the experience is to go out and that's what you do.
Yeah.
Where like most restaurants, you're like, hey, we're going to eat dinner here, and then what are we doing after dinner?
Right.
Well, he's like, I want the whole experience to be the dinner and what people get excited about. So we say we courted each other for 2 or 3 years. You know, he kept calling and, hey, I got this idea. What do you think? And it's like the idea? Let's keep talking. Then another year went by and he's like, man, I'm really thinking about doing it. Do you think it's going to work? I'm like, man, I'm kind of happy where I'm at now. And finally he came and said, look, this is my restaurant consultant. I bought the land. I'm building the building. Do you want it or not? You know, kind of thing. So we talked back and forth. I got some ownership in it. And when he came to me, he said, look, I'm a beer and hamburger guy. I don't know fine dining. I don't know wine. I don't know high-end service. It's going to be your deal. I'll build you the baddest building. I will stock it with the best equipment. You can pay the best people in town to come work for you, but you got to do it. I'll be in there as a guest to enjoy it, but you got to do it. And that's kind of what me and his understanding or, you know, deal with it. So
stay out of your lack of hair.
Yeah. So oh, come on, bro. No. It's getting a little bit less and less each year, but
Tell me about it. I'm a little ahead of you.
Yeah, there you go. Cheers. So that's what we did. And it started, we probably worked on it for 2 years behind the scenes, like having meetings, whiteboarding sessions. This was not, most people, and the reason I went and decided to go in business with Brandon and McKenzie is most people, when you're opening a restaurant or any business, but especially a restaurant, you're trying to see what's the cheapest you can open it, right? So you don't have a bunch of upfront costs. What's the cheapest labor you can do? And once you do get it open, it's how much money can you make and squeeze every penny out of every dollar that comes through there. And Brandon's not really like that. He's like, I'm not going to worry about what your food cost is. I'm not going to be grinding you a half a point on food costs, or I'm not going to be grinding you on 1 point on labor. He's like, the only thing I want you to focus on is giving everybody who comes in there a perfect experience. You're right. Well, most companies, especially going back to Sullivan's, you know, I was with Sullivan's when we were privately owned, then we went public, we were publicly traded. Once you got to start answering
the 40 people
to the board, right, that all they're worried about is the bottom line. And then they end up going from non-public and then a private equity ball. And they're really even more. Like, they don't care about tenure. They don't care about, you know,
they look
relationships.
At
they look at the bottom line.
Bottom line margin,
they can save $1, they're saving it. And they cut quality and they cut. So my career was kind of going down that path. And then with this, Brandon's like, the door's open. Whatever you want to do, right? So he kind of gave me the green light, and we flew all over the place before. I love telling a story like Prime 112, Prime Italians, Prime 112 sister restaurant, Prime Italia in Miami, South Beach. He went down there. He's like, man, they got this Kobe meatball. It's a 1 pound meatball, fresh ricotta cheese. It's Kobe beef. Like, it is unbelievable. I was like, I could make a meatball, right? So in the test kitchen, we whipped some stuff up, try it. He's like, man, a little bit more dense than what theirs is. Make one lighter. He's like, a little bit less dense than what theirs is. And I'm looking at pictures, and he goes, you know what? What are you doing Monday? I'm like, well, nothing. I'm working. We're making recipes. He said, be at BTR Jet Center at 11 a.m.
Gotta go.
We flew to Miami. We ate 7 restaurants, and then we flew home that night. And just to see it, for him to show me, and for him to like, that's kind of his mentality. It's like cost really isn't a deciding factor on anything.
Yeah, he wants the best.
You know, he wants the best, and he wants people. You know, it's not really for everybody, and he's okay with that.
That's why we really struggle at times to understand why y'all let us in your restaurant, because y'all want the best. Y'all
appreciate the best whenever it's around. You know, like saying like the good wine and the good steaks and the good service and stuff like that. So
we're gonna drink good wine now.
So that's kind of how the whole thing started. Then we worked on the menu, and like I said, we did whiteboarding sessions. Even the detail, like a word that comes up throughout building, and even still today, being almost 4 years old, is intentionality. Like being intentional. Like everything in that building, whether it's the design of the building, the chandeliers, the wallpaper, the floor, it's intentional to make you feel a certain way. The music level. I know when we first started, loud, Baton Rouge maybe wasn't quite ready for that like loud music in your face while you're eating, but like they've come to enjoy it, and they've come to they appreciate the vibe now. You know, the level of service and the back waiters, and you know, getting the food in from across the world. You know, like this filet right here that's sitting on this plate next to the ribeye, that's a Omi filet. Omi Forms is the third oldest Wagyu farm in Japan. It's the place that grows this is 400 years old.
That's staying here, right? That's going to stay here.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll trade you some wine for it. How about that? But I'm like, wait, like, I don't know, man. Like, who's going to try that in Baton Rouge? Like, that's a $250 steak. And I'm not even really making money on it. But he's like, man, I want people to experience that. Because I've experienced it around the world. I've experienced it in Vegas. I've experienced it in New York, in Dubai. I've seen stuff like this. And he's like, I want people in my hometown of Baton Rouge to have access to stuff like this that you wouldn't see anywhere else. Right. So we search the world for the best of the best. Like, it's got to have a story behind it. That's a kind of a check mark for me. Is it exclusive? I mean, you can't really get it anywhere else, or there's a handful of places maybe you can get it. That's a check mark. And the bottom line, it's got to be the best possible quality, possible. Yep. And if it's not, then it's not going to make our menu. Our menu is pretty.
Tell us about the one on the left that's cooked. I'm just saying, we need to hear about this. Somebody's head starting to swell. This one needs to be talked about a little bit.
We got to talk about Tommy's meat, right?
Tommy's steak right there.
A little jealousy. No, so I guess the first few years, you've come in a whole bunch and you've kind of worked your way through the menu, and even now when you come in, you know what you want. The servers know. Don't even give Tommy a menu. Because you know everything on there. You've had everything. You know what you like. You know how you want to space it out and everything. You don't need anything. And then I remember one day you said, man, you need to try to get something else. When are you going to bring in something that's special? Because we really don't bring in, specials, or we don't bring in
this special
features. Right. We don't have a seafood feature each night. And, we just kind of focus on what we do and do it the right way. I remember you said, man, why don't you bring us? And I asked you, I said,
what's the problem, Mark? Oh, okay.
And I said, what do you want me to bring in?
Yep.
And you said, I don't know. I mean, looking at the room, right? You're like, how about some game? I like game. Let's get some. I said, okay, well, if you could pick any game to eat, what would you get? Because I don't know much about game. Never really cooked game or anything. And you said, man, some elk or some bison. So I don't know, sort of.
Well, I remember the conversation very well. I also said there's a couple African animals that are quite tasty, like a kudu or a gemsbuck, even a sable is really, really good. And I said, but I don't know what your accessibility to that is.
Exactly.
I don't know if they even let that kind of animal meat into the country, much less. But I did say, I know there's one out there for sure that I think is spectacular, and that was the bison.
Yeah. Right. So going back to what we said, if I could find the source and make sure it's the best of the best and this and that. So we actually get this bison. It's a 16-ounce ribeye we get in and we cut it up.
It's 14 now. I just I just took a slab out of it.
So it's 14. Okay. Now. So, but it's 16-ounce bison ribeye. I get it from Dortagnan. And Dortagnan is the kind of the vendor I buy it from. It's a story about Dortagnan. It's an old French lady. That's her last name. Okay. She came to the United States from France in the early 80s and started looking around at the food that was available. And was like, this isn't food. Like, this isn't right.
Yeah.
Like, there's too much additives or this. So her whole goal was she started a company to go find little bitty boutique farms that do it the old school way. And she kind of represents them and says, look, I know you're not big enough to get your product out around the country. Let me represent you. She does foie gras done the old way. And there's different games. There's different seasonings. There's truffles. There's
anybody buy from it?
You can go online and probably buy it online.
Okay.
Wow. So this farm, I did a bunch of research as always. It's from South Dakota. It's one farm. This is the only animal they raise on the farm. It's 100% free range. They said even when there's 3-4 foot of snow on the ground, they're just out there.
Yep.
And they're muddling down in the snow and getting the little grass shoots that are popping up. They don't, it's done exactly like it was done for hundreds of years. Even when they slaughter it down, everything's done old school way by hand. Nothing's done mechanically. Every part of the bison gets used, from the hooves to the horns to
the rib,
the hide, like every single cut. And there's a little bitty town. It's like 1,400 people, and everybody in that town, some way, shape, or form, works on this bison farm.
That's actually kind of cool stuff.
Right? So then that comes in, and it's got a story behind it. It's pretty unique. I don't know anywhere else in town you can get a bison ribeye, right?
Nope.
And we get it in. Once again, it's a funny story. So we get it. I've eaten every kind of steak and millions of steaks, and that's not, I've cut and cooked millions of steaks in my lifetime.
Because you've been doing it a very long time.
I've been in it for a long
He's
time.
not old,
Yeah, he's not that young, y'all.
We did math on it, and it's over 1 million. Is
That's
probably
crazy.
so.
That's absolutely crazy.
But cooking it, I've never cooked it before, man. I look at it, and to be just completely
Let me
honest,
look at it again.
I am not right. I am not.
Please, come get some.
Yeah, y'all come get out and try it. So I'm not the game meat person, right? Like
Come on, Mark.
I don't love unless it's wrapped with cream cheese and jalapenos and bacon. I'm not that guy.
Not do it.
So we get this bison in. I cook it up, slice it up. I look at it. I said, man, I'm gonna let somebody try it. Hey, you line cook, come try it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's delicious. You ain't tricking me. I'm not falling for this. Another person come try it, and they're like, Chef, I'm telling you, it's delicious. So then I tried it. I'm like, man, that's really, really good. And for the amount of marbling or lack of marbling that's in it,
Yep.
it's juicy, it's flavorful, it has zero gaminess to it. It is literally like, it's fantastic.
And as usual, it is cooked to perfection.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can honestly say I've been this up a lot.
Yeah.
I've never had a steak not cooked the way I wanted it.
Correct.
Oh, perfect.
Never had to send one back.
But I can tell you a lot of places I've had to.
Yeah.
Yours was not one.
I appreciate it.
Well,
We try a lot.
It's funny because with that, I told him, I said, put the bison in here. He's like, I don't know about that, man. And I'm like,
So it started, hey, they're like, Tommy, when you coming in? And I didn't even tell him I had it. He came in, I said, you want to try something? And I just surprised him with it, and you were like, dude, that's it. And then
as soon as he set it down, I knew what it was.
then before you knew it, people are coming in that Tommy has talked to say, man, I heard you got a bison. Oh, how you know we got bison? We don't talk about bison. It's not on the menu. It's still not on the menu. We've probably been having it for over a year. There's people, tell them a story about the LSU game, because you came in at the football game, and I think this is kind of crazy too.
Well, so was it after the game?
I think you came in after the game, or maybe the next week after. He was like, man, I'm running into this guy at the football game.
Oh, yeah.
And he was talking about supper club, and then I just started talking to him. And
so we were at the LSU game, and I had my season seats. There's this guy was sitting behind us, and we just got to chatting with him in between quarters or before the game or whatever it was. And he said him and his wife had just gone to the supper club like the night before or some shit. And I'm like, well, that's awesome. I said, I'm in there a lot, this, that, and the other. And he goes, man, I had a friend of mine tell me I had to get the bison while I was there. And I ordered the bison. He goes, it's the best damn steak I ever had. And I sat there with my little cheesy ass grin. I was like, yeah, it's pretty good stuff.
You didn't tell him, but deep down inside, you're that's me. That's me.
So we kept chatting about it a little bit. And I was like, yeah. And I said, well, look, just be honest with you. Next time you go back, I'm the cat who told him to put that shit in.
Yeah. 100%. So
because I do
want
remember.
to run down to one rumor I did here.
What's that?
So apparently somebody flew in from California, very specifically, to have bison at your restaurant, and they didn't have any.
I don't know who that was, because we always normally have it.
I'm just saying. No, it wasn't a bad thing. They came back. I don't know who it was.
No. I know what story he's talking about. You're short on the story. I know what story it was. It was a guy that flew in. He wanted a table for 14 people, and he ordered the bison for everybody.
Oh, no. So he came in, and he said, I want bison.
Brain memory.
And he said, I want bison. And I said, man, we don't have bison right now. And he got kind of upset. But I'm like, hey, man, it's not on the menu, right? And it wasn't an issue with me. I think the form, because like I used to be able to get tenderloins, and I would have fillets and ribeyes. Right. I would get some fillets, sell them out, get some ribeyes, sell them out, and back and forth. And now, just for how good of a meat it is, and like the bison tenderloins from this farm, they're completely 100% allocated now. So it was just a thing saying, man, I couldn't get it this week. He said, perfect. When will you get it? I said, I'll get it next Thursday. He said, make me a reservation, 14 people, Friday night, we're getting bison.
And everybody gets bison.
He came in and ordered 14 bisons and made everybody in his party eat one. Just because how blown away he was.
I knew.
I told you it was going to be a
from another state just to eat your food.
Yeah.
Now, the reason I brought that up is because they were also in the newspaper a while back. It might have been a newspaper or a magazine. Because Cordon Bleu, right? Mm-hmm. They came and they kind of went through your restaurant a little bit.
Oh, the Michelin.
The Michelin star.
Yeah, the Michelin.
And you were up for
recognized for. Yeah. And I think the guy from New Orleans, the guy writes in the paper and the advocate down there, they said if all the people that Michelin should be looking at, these are the 8 people that we think deserve a thing. So we, I don't do it for awards. When we open this restaurant, Brandon's like, I'm not trying to get a Michelin star. He's like, I want the ingredients to kind of show for themselves. I don't want 14 ingredients on a plate and tweezer food is what they call it, where you got people placing a flower petal on each.
Yeah, it's not fine.
He's like, I don't want that. He's like, I just want the quality of ingredients. Brandon's a very good businessman, and he also knows, like, man, if the rich oil guy from Homa comes in, what is he going to eat?
Steak
They
and
got to
tater.
have something that
Give him a
he
steak
feels
and tater.
comfortable.
That's
Exactly.
it.
He don't
Steak
want
and
all the
tater.
frou-frou stuff.
Right.
He wants big portions, right? But going back to it, like, intentionality. Another thing when we opened this restaurant that one of our goals was is how many people, if it's your anniversary, if it's your birthday, maybe you celebrating something, you're like, man, we're going to New Orleans for the weekend. Or we might be going to Houston for my wife's birthday. Or we're going to go out, and he's like, unless it's for LSU or a football game or something or a big concert, you don't ever hear people going, man, we're going to go to Baton Rouge to go hang out.
Right.
And he's like, my goal is this. I want people to come from all over to come experience what we're doing. And it's work, man. We get people from, I would say close is like Thibodeau, Slidell, Covington, New Orleans, right? I've worked in restaurants in Baton Rouge for a very long time. If it's a
He's
night
only
game,
36.
if it's a night game at Tiger Stadium, SEC, you can shoot a cannon in most dining rooms in this city because there is nobody in there. Because everybody's tailgating, they're at somebody's house watching the game, they're at the game.
Right.
Like, it's Tiger football is a religion down here.
Right.
We're just as busy as a regular Saturday if LSU's playing at home. And it's like, but it's not locals. It's people driving from New Orleans. It's people driving
They
from,
know when to go in.
so like that's when they can
in.
get a reservation. So like they come in and it's just as busy, so it's not just depending on locals. It's like we get a lot of people coming in. We had Zach Bryan played a couple weeks ago or I don't know
Last
when
week.
it was. Like they had people from like Birmingham, Alabama that's coming in for the concert. That's like, man, we've been wanting to come here for years, So, you got people coming from Houston. You got people coming from all over just to try it out. But it's like one of the draws. It's like we try to execute on everything, but like that filet that you're looking at, you can't get that anywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
There's
I've
people
had
that's
it. I've had
A5. You can't.
Well, you also have something else, though, besides that. You
Yeah.
have something, the Segura.
Yeah, so that's the cowboy ribeye. So
There
going
we go.
back to it, I'll tell you, this is a pretty cool story too. So we're in the test kitchen. We had a little test kitchen by Walk-Ons on Burbank that we were just kind of, I was getting ingredients in and working on, and Brandon would come try some things, and we'd kick ideas back and forth. And John Foltz, right, the ambassador of Louisiana cuisine, he was all about what we were doing. He's friends with Brandon, friends with myself, and he would just, man, chef, what you working on this? It's a funny story. He would go to the construction site so much that the workers thought it was going to be a John Foltz restaurant.
No way.
Because they were like, chef's been here 3 days this week. I guess he's checking in. But
That's crazy.
right. So he came by the test kitchen one day. Chef, what you working on this? And I just talked to one of my meat purveyors and I said, look, I want a tomahawk ribeye. I want something that's, here's my idea, right? I want something that there's nothing wrong with like USDA prime. We have USDA prime filet, strip ribeyes, and a bone-in filet on our menu. That's the meat you're going to find at every big box, high-end steakhouse around the country. I said 20-something years ago when I started at Roos, if you wanted a USDA prime ribeye, you had to go to a steakhouse to get it. Right? You couldn't go to Albertsons and buy prime beef. Right? Nowadays, you can't.
Yep.
You can buy prime, you can buy Wagyu, you can buy dry aged beef, you can buy all these different stuff at a local grocery store. So is it that much special? Are people going to come in to try it if they can just go pick up a steak at Rouse's, go home, throw it on the grill?
Well, they should, because you can cook it way better than they probably can.
But so my idea was like, man, let's get something that's a little unique
out of the box
that you can't get.
Yeah, totally
So
agree.
I talked to my purveyor out of Atlanta, and she said, look, I got this guy, True Grit Cattle Farms out of Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania. It's very, very western Pennsylvania, near Ohio. He's like, dude grows all the grain he feeds his cow. I'm like, exclusivity. Like, and you know, he goes, dude, you'll probably be the only one in the Southeast United States with it. I was like, well, can he give me ribeyes? Tomahawk ribeyes. Boom. Call the guy. He's like, as long as you don't go through 21, which is a cow and a half, a week, I can supply you ribeyes. Perfect. And I was pumped because I'm like, man, this meat's phenomenal. It's got the story, the quality's up there. You're not going to see it anywhere. It fit all my check boxes. So I'm like, perfect. So I was telling John Folse that story. And he's like, oh, you looking for some special stuff like that? You need to call Sean Segura. I said, who the hell's Sean Segura?
So everybody knows we get Segura cows here at Supper Club, and it's one of our best sellers. Locally raised beef right up the road in Ethel. The carcass we got in this week was the best carcass by far we've ever gotten. So everybody knows USDA prime starts at 9% IMF. This one is truly, truly double prime.
Bro, it's some of the best meat I've ever had. Black Angus beef. He goes, I met him. I did a fundraiser at a church. John does a lot of charity work. He's like, I went in and cooked the food for this fundraiser. Sean supplied the beef. Never knew the dude, never met the guy. He goes, I start pulling the meat out. I'm like, where's this meat from? This is some of the best shit I've ever seen in my life. And John has cooked all over the world and seen it, right? Oh, that's that guy over there in the cowboy hat. Sean, he grew this. He cooked it, started talking to friends. So long story short, John's at the test kitchen. He goes, hey, if you're looking for some special stuff, call this guy. So I call him. Next day, Sean backs his, F-250 up to the door of the test kitchen. Got one of them big giant igloo ice chests. I never met the dude before. Hey, somebody come help me with this ice chest. He cowboy hat, buckle, muddy jeans, boots, like he's a cowboy.
Yeah.
But he take it out, he dumps it on the table. He's like, man, cook whatever you'd like to cook. So there's every kind of cut and piece and stuff. So
where the hell was my phone call?
So we cooked a couple.
Bastard.
I sliced it up. I said, perfect. This shit's phenomenal. Of course, no doubts about it. But look, I just signed this deal. I got this deal with this guy in Pennsylvania for tomahawk ribeyes. I'll take as many New York strip loins as you can give me. He said, I ain't fucking selling you my strips. I said, what?
Because they're shit.
I said, what?
Because the strips
Tommy thinks
shit.
strips are shit, but
Strips
these
are
strips are
shit.
fantastic.
I will argue with you.
Yeah.
Because I had to get my wife into that. Because
Yeah.
I'm a ribeye guy.
Yeah.
She's the filet guy. I'm not a big filet person. To me, I told her, I said, if you just go in between, like we're going to share something, let's just do the strip. Because to me, it's sort of a combo deal. It's a good cut of meat if it's cooked right. Most people cook a strip, overcook it, and it's horrible.
Let's jump in this real quick story. When you were at Sullivan's one time, there was a strip.
You've eaten a strip one time?
One time. I ate a strip one time. And I'm sitting there. Layton comes out and says, Tommy, I got this steak. You got to try it. He goes, it's a strip. I said, no.
Yeah.
He goes, I promise you, if you don't like it, I won't make you pay for it. I said, all right. I said, give it to me, medium rare. He said, nope. You have to cook this medium. I said, oh, hell no. No. Not happening while I'm alive and breathing. Nope, not happening. Nope. Layton said, he lied to me. He said, all right, I'll cook it medium rare. He cooked that some-inch medium. It come out. I look down at it. He hands it to me. I look down. I can tell it's medium. Okay, I'm not the brightest dude in the world, but I know when steak is medium.
I'm going to show you, just to show you.
What was the steak that?
It was a New York strip.
Yeah, but no, it was a certain kind of strip.
It was a dry egg strip. Dry egg Black Angus. So going back to Sean, and we're like, man, I want your strip. I want your New York strips. I got ribeyes locked in. I need strips as a spot on my menu. He goes, I ain't selling you that. I said, okay, well, are you here to sell beef or like, what are we doing?
Why are you here?
And it went back and forth. He slapped this piece of paper down. And I looked at it. It was a list of what you get off of a side of the beef. I said, well, I don't need brisket. And I don't need roast, and I don't need ground meat. Like, dude, I just want, he said, here's the deal, man. I'm a farmer. I'm not in the retail business. I'm not cutting my cows up. He goes, you want to sell my beef in your restaurant? You buy an entire cow. He's like, I'll save you the best, and we'll slaughter it. We'll dry age it for you, but I'm dropping off a whole cow to you at the restaurant. If you can figure out how to make it work, we got a deal. So, dude, we try to figure it out, and we worked the recipes. Like, we got the meatball on the menu, we have the short rib on the menu. We utilize on all the products and stuff. And we go through now we joke about it because right now, Supper Club is the only place you can get that beef. Or you can do like I do and go to the farm and spend $6,000-$7,000 on a cow and cook it yourself. So there's no other place in the world that you can get a steak of Sagrera beef right now.
Dude,
It's
right.
fantastic.
it's so good.
On that
It's so
Can I get a brisket?
Yeah,
I would like to buy one from you if I could.
yeah,
Because you don't
absolutely.
really cook brisket.
We tear them down every week. And look, just to show you like how funny, you go to the strip. So Tommy Barber got his little notes on my phone for an open table, right?
Right.
You take notes, and then of course it says alert chef, alert manager, VIP, FOMO member, VIP, whatever, right? The one food note he has. What does that say?
Don't bring him a fucking strip.
Does it really say that?
No strips of any kind.
Any
You
kind.
don't want to hear about the Wagyu strip. You don't want to hear about the buffalo strip. You don't want to hear about any strip. Don't even say strip around Tommy because he's going to.
That is crazy.
So Leighton and I go back a long, long way, and so I love to bust Leighton's ass up. I just love to bust his ass up just because it's fun, especially at the beginning when he first did Supper Club because he was paranoid as shit and somebody wasn't going to be happy. So we have an ongoing joke because he runs around and plays the governor's in there, these representatives are in there, these sports people are in there. So I tell the waitress, I said, will you please go tell Mr. Leighton to come out to see the peasants, see the peasants. Yeah. So he'll come out and play with the peasants like us every now and then. On occasion he will. But then I got in one of my modes where I started busting his ass. This shit's like fucking Waffle House. This is bullshit. This is like Waffle House. It's like Waffle House.
No, you kept saying, I was like, go, how's Tommy doing? How they're going on? What's going on? And it's probably 6 months that every time you'd say, Waffle House is better than this shit. Waffle House is better than this shit. I'd rather be at Waffle House.
For the record, this is a joke.
Yeah.
Definitely a joke. Definitely a joke. So because I know he's back there, he's working his ass off. He's sweating bullets. He's got people in there. This is their first time in there. I've been in there. I know how good it is. So he don't have to quote unquote entertain us. We're fine. But I am just wearing this, especially with the new girls that come in, the waitresses or new guys or waitresses.
Oh yeah, they have no clue. They're freaking out.
They're freaking out. You go back there and you go tell Leighton specifically. I said, don't go tell everybody in between. Don't go tell Ronnie or Raymond or nobody. I said, you go straight to Leighton. And you go, there's a guy out there going, this shit's like fucking Waffle House. That poor little girl shaking in her boots.
Tell them what I did for you.
Oh, it gets way better. So I come in one night. I got a group. There's 8 of us, and it's me and 3 other guys that we're planning a trip to Scotland to go play golf. So we decided to bring the wives so we could talk about our trip a little bit and let the wives do whatever wives do, like spend more of our money. So we come in there, I sit down, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they start putting these plates down in front of us. And I'm like, what the hell? I ain't ordered nothing yet. I said, I'm still on the wine menu, for God's sakes. All of a sudden, 8 people come out of the back. 8, because there's 8 of us. There is a Waffle House cup of grits, and he sets them Waffle House grits in front of me.
Yeah.
And I look over my shoulder, and he's kind of walking to me, and he's got that little 3rd grade little smear on.
I got the grin
like,
ear to ear.
right, he told a dirty joke in church or something.
I couldn't wait to get you.
Oh, he got my ass, and I went down, and of course, what do? I eat the grits.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, I eat them grits.
Absolutely. Ain't nothing wrong with
But
that.
it is one of the coolest moments for me and him together because I was wearing his ass out 12 ways a Sunday for 6 months.
Gotcha.
And he got me back by putting Waffle House grits
in front of all your friends too. I'll never forget, like, you look down and you were just like, what?
What the hell?
Like, you were so confused, and then once you realize, and then you looked around and everybody's getting, served from the right, and people are like, what the fuck? I was like, enjoy your Waffle House.
It's Waffle House. It's Waffle House. Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, we like to have fun, especially like guys like you. Like, we've been knowing you for a long, long time, and like, both very good close friends of mine, and I take your advice and criticism very closely and try to make it better.
Ain't no criticism coming around here.
He's not lying to you, because I remember the day that my wife goes, I really would like a short rib. Nobody cooks short ribs around here.
Mm-hmm.
He said, you let me know the next time you come in and I'll have a surprise for you.
Yeah.
And sure enough, we show up and he had cooked short ribs for her. And I thought she was going to cry at the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
I mean, that's one of the things, man. I mean, there's so many things to do right in a restaurant and so many things to do wrong in a restaurant. Like, we're in the hospitality business. My mentality, especially at Supper Club, is like, yes is the answer, what's the question? And if I could physically make it happen, like, do I always want to? No. But
I mean, he loaded somebody up and sent them to Waffle House to get grits for him because they were hot.
absolutely.
They were hot.
Absolutely. You know, we got them straight from my wait till you sat down and placed the order. But no, you know, so it's kind of like whatever we can do, and then it's like she'll remember that, Melissa will remember that forever, you know, and you'll remember that forever. So it's kind of like, man, like I'm there to take care of you guys and give you the experience, you know, and it's not just you. We treat everybody like that, you know. So
well, that's what I thought was interesting when you were talking about Brandon's kind of thought process. It's more of a top-down approach. It's not about profit per se.
Oh, absolutely.
You want to make money. Everybody's got to be profitable.
You want, and yeah, that's the thing. It's
but if you don't make the clients happy, you'll never make a bottom line profit.
That's it. And he's like, you got to start. So a big thing is like we start with the why, right? And our why is we open Supper Club not to make money. Not saying that, but like our goal when we opened Supper Club was not, man, I hope we make X amount of dollars a year off of it.
No, it's the experience.
The thing is like, man, I want to give this experience, right? I want to give an experience to every guest that comes in here that I've experienced in other big cities that I think Baton Rouge is ready for. So whatever we got to do to make that happen. And then money is a result. Money is not the why. So it's like we have our why, we have our vision, and that's what every decision that's based in that restaurant still today, it goes back to, is that following our why? And if it is,
money takes care of itself.
Money comes as a result.
Right?
100%. We even talk that with the staff, you know, and pre-chef. I go through and I forget who I saw it on, you know, we watch a lot of like videos and I watch a lot of mentors on like, you know, Instagram, and it's like restaurateur people, and might even saw it on a movie. So I went to pre-chef one day and I said, all right, why are y'all here today? Talking to the staff. I said, why are you here? Well, I'm here because my rent's due next week. Okay. Why are you here? I don't know. I got to, you know, I want to take my girl out.
Yeah.
Why are you here? We go around the whole room, right? And it's all kind of money based. I said, no. The answer is you are here to give the most top-notch experience to every guest you wait on tonight.
Yep.
And if you have that mentality, the money is going to come as a result of that.
Right.
So it's like switching the mindset
and it's
to the servers to it's our why. So we preach our why. We preach what we're doing. We're in like every decision make, like I said, it goes back to design of the restaurant. We try to hit all five senses: the smell, the sight, the design, the music. Like it's everything is very, very intentional to make you feel a certain way. Not really even sure how we got out of code without having windows in the place, right?
Yeah.
It's about who you know.
Right. But there's a reason we don't have windows. Because right now, man, it's gorgeous outside. But I don't want people sitting in my dining room at 7:30 tonight going, man, it's gorgeous outside.
Right.
Yeah.
I want them to feel a certain way. I want to be able to control what's in our floor.
Or we can roll the blind down because the sun's in my
sun's in my face, it's done.
Yeah.
Or you know what, it's 6 o'clock, or you know what, it's raining, or it's this. I want one of the best compliments. Get a couple of compliments that I consider the best, but one of them is great. And Matt Moscona said it when we first opened. He said, man, it's like Brandon Landry has taken a restaurant from Vegas and dropped it on Perkins Road.
Yep.
And he goes, you go in there, you forget where you are, you forget 100%. That you're in town. And he goes, the only thing I could have to complain about is when we were done eating and drinking and hanging out and having an experience, he goes, I walked outside and I was on Perkins Road instead of the Vegas Strip.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and he's like, that kind of hit me. But so that's a big compliment, meaning that everything that we spent years of like whiteboarding sessions and meetings and being intentional about and, you know, thinking about every different aspect, like it works. Like our vision came true.
Well, it's still, in my opinion, the only place in Baton Rouge that I would actually dress up to go to, because you have a higher dress code standard.
Yeah, you have to,
which is very important.
We wanted to have a dress code, just for the most part, it's like because we wanted it to be
classic.
The experience. We want it when you come eat there. you're coming for an experience, right? We don't want you to be like, man, I just got done playing golf. I want to go eat a steak real fast. Let's just go over there and hit a steak real fast. Because if you're coming in there like that, you're not there for the whole experience. You're coming in because you're hungry. You've probably been drinking all day. I just want to eat a steak real fast and I'm rolling. Right?
They got restaurants for that.
You're not understanding our experience. And that's what we're trying. There's a reason we're not open for lunch. We're open Tuesday through Saturday, dinner only. Brandon's like, could we open up on a Friday lunch and do another $500,000 a year? Absolutely.
But it takes away.
But does go back to the why.
Yeah.
Is that what we're trying to do? No. Because if you come in there at 1 o'clock on a Friday afternoon, you probably got other stuff to do. You're not.
No, Danny and I'll stay from 1 till about 10.
I've seen y'all stay from I've seen the 10:30, 11 o'clock lunch reservation clocking out at 11 o'clock at night.
Oh,
I've been there before.
Oh, that's a legend.
Yeah.
Nah, I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. But
And I've seen the bill too.
you know,
Yeah.
but at Supper Club, it's like we'll never open for lunch because
I think it's a
that's
good
not
thing.
the experience we're trying to do.
That's
and it goes back to the dress code, right? Like
100%.
we don't want you coming in there with shorts coming straight off of a golf course.
Funny
It
thing.
needs to be because we want you to be like get excited.
Well, I tell you, the one thing that I liked, and y'all still may do, but I haven't been in the front side of Supper Club in a while, but the very first time I came, right, you had a guy at the door.
Mm-hmm.
Your name was on a list,
Mm-hmm.
and it made it kind of special. You walked in, you talked to the guy, you had to check the list, and then he put you in another room. It's really dark, by the way, like blacked out dark.
Yeah.
And then you got to find the door. But the point was, it was cool because it sets a different vibe.
Yep.
And you go in and you have your little the stand, and you talk to the lady and they escort you. It's a great feel.
And especially like first, like it goes back to the design, right? So we had that person just to kind of keep because we were, and we still are like reservation only,
Right.
Right. So if you want to come in, you gotta have a reservation.
Right.
We do reserve like half the bars now, like first come first serve. So you can walk in as long as you're in dress code. But I mean, it was crazy. Like I'll never forget, we turned Open Table on to start accepting reservations.
Yep.
There was no menu anywhere. There was no post anywhere. We literally made a few little teaser posts on Instagram, and we said a reservation going live.
It's
But
funny.
there was a line, and you could sit there, and it was like within 10 minutes, it was thousands of reservations. Like we were, if you wanted to come eat at Supper Club, the first year we were open,
Oh, it's 3 months out.
it was
I had to call you
it was
because I can't
3
get a
months
reservation.
out.
Yeah,
So
3
it
months
didn't
out.
matter if it was a Tuesday, a Wednesday,
That's it.
5 o'clock, 9 o'clock, set. It was 3 months out for you to get a reservation at that restaurant. So the guy at the door was, do you have a reservation?
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna cut
Right.
you off or you get
Because if
in.
I had 30 people standing in my host stand going, why can't I come eat? I need a reservation. What do you mean, right?
Well, yeah, it looks
And then,
bad
you,
on the
and
inside.
then you said even go into where you like anticipation, right? Like, what is this place going to be about? I've never been there before. Like, is it fancy? Is it this? Is it? So we think about that whole process. And Brandon was like, let's make a foyer. We're going to make it really, really dark, right? Because then it's almost like
Transporting.
it's a fun house.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, it is, but it's
Right.
actually good that you do that, right? Because the restaurant has kind of a darker
Yeah,
scene
it
to
gets
it.
your eyes a little bit more
And you
used
adjust
to it.
your eyes a little bit, and then because when you walk in, there's some bright lights,
Yeah.
right? 'Cause
Yeah.
it was- in my old age,
The bar shows
it's
up
more
quick.
like,
Yeah, like
almost
that.
like a slightly a disco kind of thing, but
Yeah.
it's not that. But it's a lot of
Yeah.
lights. It's in your face, entertainment, and it was really cool. And that's why we.
But
went
that
for it.
little foyer area that's dark,
has a purpose.
it's very intentional.
Yeah.
It's like you go in there and it's like, okay, you kind of, where's the door? First time you've never been there, it's almost like you're going into Alice in Wonderland,
Yeah.
right? And you got to open the door, and then you go in and you got some beautiful hosts standing there going, hey, welcome in. How, bring you to a table, and you're looking around, you see in the bar,
So-
you see in the chandeliers, you see in the carpet, like just not only the food, but like the chandeliers are from like Milan, Italy. The little lights hanging over the host
Yep.
is like some artist from Spain.
Right. Is that McKinsey's doing?
Yeah, all Mackenzie and Miss Carol from Monochrome Designs, but the carpet's from Holland. Like we make fun of it now because we're operators, and it can be frustrating because nothing in that building is just I can go to Home Depot and pick it up.
Right.
Right.
So the funny
Everything's
thing-
special order.
The funny thing is, I still have people today will call me. They don't go online or they don't
Yeah.
call y'all. They'll call me. Tommy, can you get me in Supper Club?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can get you in Supper.
Yeah.
Let me make a call.
Yeah, and all you gotta do is call me. And right now it's kind of settled down now a little bit to where like.
But even though today they'll still call me because like my daughter and them, she'll go in with like a group of 8 of the girls, and she's like, "Hey, can you get it? Yeah, I can get you in. Don't worry about it."
Absolutely.
And I get them in. I call in. I said, "Here come the girls. Good luck. You're on your own."
I like to do it because I
You're
want to make
on your
sure I
own
take care of
deal.
people, and I see people. I'm like, hey, I've seen you before. Last time I told you to call me, why? Well, look, I don't want to bother you. I'm like, man, like you're
That's the
not
gig.
bothering
It's the
me.
gig.
I want you to
It
feel
took
special.
me a
when you
long
come in.
time because I was very reserved about it. I finally Leighton. And it was one even, it was for my son. I'm like, I really need a favor. And he's like,
Yeah,
man.
I got you.
You know, what's our code? I text Leighton, coming in hot,
Oh yeah,
and he knows either come on, or if he says when, then I know there's potential.
You're busy.
But I'm yet to be turned down. So
Even going back, so like imagine like the guest who walking in the first time, then you're like rolling in, right? And then you sit down, you gotta be in dress, so like you're dressed up, you don't know what to expect, you look at how crazy it is. Intentionally, we don't give bread and butter, right?
oh, I don't. Yeah.
Well,
But let's talk about
So-
that. Because I'm
Here
going
we-
to get to the
so
other
we-
part of your menu.
so we say, boom, we don't have bread and butter. 2 reasons. Low carb, women like, they're like, oh, get that all, I'll eat all of it, get it all in here,
Yeah.
and then we're wasting bread.
That's
Right? It fills you up, so you're not going to order
You
anything
can't enjoy
later.
your meal.
You can't enjoy the meal as much. Maybe you won't get dessert because we don't load you up with this
Oh, you
butter.
should have dessert. 100%.
Brandon's like, coming from the walk-ons world, he's like, you know what? Everybody likes French fries.
Well,
And I
That's
said-
the problem.
And I said, okay, we could do that. He goes, but here's the challenge to you. They better be the best fucking French fries you've ever had in your life.
Y'all frying in duck fat?
No, they're regular grease, but it's a 3-day process to make our French fries.
Okay.
3 days to make a French fry.
But when we greet the table, the first thing that comes to the table
Is them fries?
is truffle fries that we cut and make in-house, served with 2 different sauces.
And those are homemade in-house, right?
Homemade in-house.
Yeah, 'cause
and then
my wife's all over that.
immediately, right? You're dressed up. You have this tension about you. What am I going to expect? Like it's a little bit of uncertainty and
Yeah,
anxiety,
right.
right?
It's the
And
fork on the left or the right today.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you come in and we put French fries in front of you,
No, I
and
never thought about that, but you're right.
immediately
Depression.
you drop your shoulders. And you're like, you know what?
Because it's a
Fucking
French fry.
It's a French.
So
So
let me tell you,
that's
he is not lying. They are the best.
Best French fries.
French
And
fries.
it's got truffle on it, so let's just get that out.
But here's the thing that I've always found interesting. Every time you go, no matter what time you show up, they always come out. They're always cooked and they're hot still. And
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah.
you know,
Ain't no such thing as cold fries.
They don't drop until you sit down. Like
Yeah.
it is made to order. It is made, I think. But once again, that shows you the level of intentionality.
You should bottle your
Right?
ketchup, by the way.
When
That's-
people come in and they say, I like to say, no matter what they say it might be. So like they may say, man, I eat lamb everywhere. This is the best lamb I've ever had.
How is
Or
it?
like some ladies like, hey, I'm from Belgium. Where I'm from, French fries are a big deal. People brag about French fries.
Yeah.
People have competitions. Like
They
it is
do.
a huge deal
Yeah.
where I'm from. And these are in the top 5 that I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
And what I love to tell people, I say, it's not by accident. If you come in and say, I eat lamb everywhere I go, or I eat scallops everywhere I go, these are the best lamb chops I've ever had, my response is, it's not by accident. It's not a one-off freakish chance that is the best lamb.
Yeah.
The reason it's the best lamb is because I spent months and we've tried 20 different lamb chops, and I've done the research, and I made sure that what we put in front of you is the best lamb chops in the world that I could find for you. And it's like, so I love telling
It kind of
people,
makes me
like,
want some lamb.
it's not,
I've never had his lamb.
no way.
Swear to God,
Oh,
I have.
well, there you
Well,
go.
usually I'm not a big lamb person.
But people are like, it's not, and we've tried. Man, I'm telling you, we're like, man, well, our menu is 1 page.
Yep.
And we look at it as like, it has every piece of real estate on that menu is super expensive.
So let's,
So if it's
Expensive?
not,
Yeah,
if
that's
it's
the thing.
not
Yeah.
mind-blowing,
Yeah.
well,
and then it don't deserve to be on
that's
the
what I
menu.
was getting at.
If you're coming there for a cheap meal, you're in the wrong place. And it's
But
not
there's
because
other things.
you're trying to rate
Right.
people over the
Exactly.
cost. It is the quality
You know, the food
of
that you get.
every single aspect of the experience.
And the
Right.
servers know, like I know it, but like the servers are very well versed and trained, so like they can tell you the story and they can tell you what's special about that cut of meat or what's special about this. We do it even with the wine cellar. Like We might not have a 2001,
But you have
but
actually.
we have.
I can tell you right
we
now,
have
we have
all
all
the
the
first
first growth.
We have all the first growths, which I don't know. There's probably less than a handful
There's five,
in
right?
restaurant.
Their wine menus are very deep,
Yeah.
right? Because I don't drink wine apparently, but you go through the
No.
wine menu, but all the stuff that you want to be on a wine menu is on the wine
Right.
menu.
Yeah.
Without all the stuff that you're like, what is that?
5%.
It sticks pretty close to what's really
What we
really
look
good.
like.
to
You know,
drink.
bourbons, we try, we have the Pappies, we have the Wellers. Like, actually, we bought a barrel of Weller, Antique 107, when we first opened. And we've had several different barrels that, from then on out. But, we try to have, I have people that are bourbon geeks, So I'm I put my liquor reps on there and I said, look, I want the cool one-off shit that you're not going to see anywhere else. And, we have this guy that comes from Crowley, Louisiana. Right? And every time he comes in, he's like, what you got? And I always have 3 or 4 different bourbons that he's only seen in a magazine, that he's only heard about, that he doesn't even know it's in.
Well, you ain't got no wine in there. We ain't drank.
Yeah,
'cause
but
we
you know,
drink
but
a
it's
lot
like,
of
so
wine.
it goes across from the meats. I get produce flown in twice a week for beet salads.
Oh,
But
let me give a rundown on this. White boy here don't eat beets. The beet salad.
now.
I ate that beet salad.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's good.
once again, it's not an accident. Those beets, when people go, these
So-
are the best beets I've ever had.
I don't eat.
But I had
this.
a garden outside the restaurant. They couldn't be any fresher. Let me break it down to you. So normally you buy
Bring it
beets.
down, white boy.
You get beets.
Right.
They're grown in Arizona, California, something like that. They're picked. They're put in a box. They're put in a shelf till somebody like Capital City Produce buys them. Then they get on the back of a truck. They drove across country. Might take them a week. Then they get dropped off at Capital City Produce. Then they're waiting for you to order. So
Right.
it might be another week, right? So by the time I get them, I could order them today and get them tomorrow. Those beets might be 3 weeks old
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
when I get them. And that's the freshest that's offered to me. I get mine from Chef Garden. Now they're heirloomy and they're this and that. I call and place an order. They say, yes, sir, we're going out, we're going to pick them.
They pick 'em up now.
The next morning, they literally that day, they walk to the field, they pick them out, they clean them, they put them in a bag. It comes on a sticker and it says, heirloom baby beets, whatever, especially picked for Supper Club Baton Rouge. And they overnight them to me,
That is just absolutely insane.
and I get them the
A
next
beet.
day.
A beet.
Is a white beet? Is
I
a
have 3. I have red,
white
red,
gold?
yellow, red, gold, and like a candy stripe.
Yeah.
But once again, when people go, dude, I love beets. These are the best fucking beets I've ever had. It's like, it's not an accident.
Yeah.
It's
You're
there's
planning that.
research and there's planning. And I spend a lot of money. I barely break even on the beet salad because those beets are crazy expensive, especially with the overnight shipping and all that. But it's like, to me, right, it goes back to the why.
Right.
My why is not running a 31% food cost. My why is for you to come in and never had a beet going, these are fucking jamming. Or you going, I eat beets everywhere I go, and these are the best fucking beets I've ever had.
I don't eat beets. I eat them. They're so good.
That is the intentionality and the purpose behind everything. And it goes, so it's everything from, it don't have to be a $200 steak from Japan. It doesn't have to be a one-off that we butcher in-house.
It could be a beet.
It can be a fucking beet. And if I can make your experience that much better by getting a
So
better
let's go back to
quality,
2 things real
right?
quick. They do have bread there.
Oh, yeah.
It's on the menu.
The high school
These
kitchen
look-
roll.
It's a Parker House yeast roll, and I don't know how you keep them in house because every table buys them.
Every table gets one.
They're. I'm a roll guy. They're really good rolls,
And I'll tell you this right now. I ain't never ate a one in there.
and you should.
Never ate
You
one.
missing out.
Nope, I am not going to that steakhouse and ordering bread.
And that's what's
Do
hard.
not
He-
happen.
He really had the
When I walk in that door and
But
it
it
ain't
goes back
bread.
to, we don't change the menu a whole bunch because, man, everything sells. We'll look at the P-mix and kind of see, what's selling, we don't have anything that just
Is hanging.
is there, and we don't really move a lot.
Well, you know what's unique though about our relationship? He has put us in a position to taste test his
Oh,
new creations.
100%.
So he brought me a Barraco pork out.
Oh,
Holy
that
shit,
one.
fire damn crap.
That may be coming on the next menu.
And guess what? Let's go walk into my freezer right now and see. I've got at least 40 pounds of my Barraco pork in my
Which
freezer
he's
right
not
now.
buying from Tommy. However, what was
I
the
was back- I
most
was in
unique
emergency
thing
backup.
that he had us taste test? Besides your desserts.
Oh,
Was it?
You
I
know,
don't even know. I don't even remember.
The chicken parmesan. I'm like, where did
Oh.
that chicken come from?
Oh,
It
my
made it
God.
in you.
Oh, yes, it did. It's
Veal.
fat. It was veal parmesan.
Bill Park. Bill
I'm
Park.
like,
I'm gonna tell you.
you need a pizza pan.
So we're sitting there. He goes, I got something I want y'all to try. He's like, no one's tasted this yet. I said, I'm the first dude. He goes, yeah, y'all the first cast to try this. He brought out a veal parm that would not fit on that freaking plate right now.
It's huge.
And then what they do is they do the little pan fry
Yep.
of the veal parm. It's beautiful. It's sitting there, and then they come out with a skillet about big, nothing but cheese and sauce, and it is bubbling, scalding hot. And they take it and they slide like magic. They just slide that right over the top of it. So what do? You get your good cheese, you get your good sauce, but you still have a crispy piece of veal.
Mm-hmm.
Because what do most people do? They put it on top of it and it sits there and it soaks for an hour.
And if you put it in the oven and bake it like that, the bread gets soggy. It's like-
Exactly.
it's
Exactly. Yeah. So it's funny. True story on this. Devin, who works for me, I brought him to Supper Club for Christmas 2 years ago, maybe 3. But he got a ribeye there, and you came over and visited with us. He's like, best steak I've ever eaten in my life. Life is good.
Every time you go, it's the best steak.
Yeah,
How do
the
you
best
keep
steak
it?
he's ever had in his life is a good ribeye. It was a square cut ribeye, is what it was. And I told him because I ordered for him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's you normally order for your whole
I
table.
order for my whole table. I order for the table. And so we bring him back the next year, and this is when the Bison came out. And he's like, I want that same ribeye. I said, I said, I got something for you. Trust me. He goes, Tommy, this is the best steak I ever had in my life. I said, I got another one for you right now. So he brought the Bison out. He got the Bison, best steak. He loves the Bison. He's all, so him and his wife go back. And he goes, he's being like real secretive. I said, look, you can't tell anybody about this Bison now. So you got to be quiet.
Everybody knows.
I
Everybody.
said, I've only told a couple of people about it. And I said, it's kind of getting around a little bit. And I said, Leighton's kind of wearing my ass out a little bit. So he goes, sits down, he gets a reservation. He sits down. He told me this. Hey, y'all got any of that Bison back there? And the guy goes, well, I think we might have one or two. He goes, well, Tommy Barber said y'all might have one for me. And he goes, oh, is Tommy coming in tonight? He goes, no, Tommy's not coming in. He goes, we'll give you Tommy's cut.
Yeah. Yeah. So the only problem I run into Bison is when you tell everybody about Bison,
Right.
and then they come in, and I don't have enough for everybody.
Because you only get 10. And
Yeah, I only get 12 at a time.
That's
Something
your
like
problem.
that. And I understand.
That's your
But
problem.
you've done a good job because now he knows it's more of a menu thing in a sense. It's the
Well,
off-
now he's doing it as off the
menu
menu.
like it off menu.
It's
Before
all
it was secret.
because it still feels special that way.
It absolutely feels special, and people absolutely love them, man.
They do. But let's talk about the rest of your menu because we've talked a lot about
Yeah, we
steak.
got a couple of minutes
So
left.
he has seafood. By the way, if you didn't try a scallop, which you can't get,
I can't eat
fish,
scallop.
that was on point. Y'all should have them. Amazing, good scallops.
Yeah.
But you appetizer wise, you have Alaskan king crab, which
The
honestly,
baked- is it the baked one? Yes, the
yeah,
baked
king
one.
crab.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about it's the size.
it's a
of
leg.
the table.
So going back to anything, not just steaks, not
Yeah,
just the
talk about
beets, right? But even seafood. So like right now we have the jumbo stone crabs, which
Which
they're
we're on
bigger
point.
your hand.
Yeah, they're not good. Y'all don't want them. Trust me. Leave them
Y'all
behind.
had it last
I'll
week.
sacrifice for the team to eat them.
That's
I'll
right,
sacrifice for the
100%.
team.
So we got about another month until they're gone for 6 months. So come get some stone crabs. Like the king crab, you can buy Norwegian king crab, you can buy Russian king crab, but like the best of the best is the deadliest catch show that
Alaskan
king crab, right?
Off the Aleutian Islands, by the way.
Once again, I'm like, Brandon, king crab compared to 10 years ago, it is through the roof, right? The Asian market, a lot of people don't realize, but the Alaskan red king crab season, how long is it?
It's not but 2 weeks now.
10 days.
10 days, yeah.
So they have
I like
10
deadliest catch.
They have 10 days. That whole deadliest catch show, it seems like they're out there for months
Forever.
catching crab.
Yeah.
That's 10 days. They have 10 days.
That's why they go bear dye
to catch,
and other
to
oats.
catch the world's quota for king crab.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Asians, they buy a majority of it, so it's hard to get. And price and demand, like it's literally supply and demand drives the price up.
But you pay for
It
what
is
you want.
crazy.
Yeah,
And
you
Brandon
pay for what you
said,
get, man.
going back to Brandon saying, I want the best. I want to have king crab when I go there. Get it and charge what you need for it. And if people want it, they'll pay for it.
Oh, 100%.
And when I'm telling you, we fly through it. And it blows my mind because I'm like, dude, ain't nobody gonna pay that in this town.
It ain't, look, it's not as
And
bad as
people
you
buy
make it out to be. Because I'll tell you, you could go in and just order the king crab and you'll
Oh,
be
yeah.
full.
Be full.
I mean, we're talking,
Well,
it's at
then once
least a
again,
pound.
it's a pound plus, and we make it. Sometimes it's one leg, sometimes it's a leg and a half, sometimes two leg. But what's even better about it, right? You think king crabs, and you're having to have the crackers, and you're having to do this. What we actually do is we cut it in half. We take the top off. We take the meat out.
Oh, I know.
We cut the feelers. We cut it into bite-sized pieces. We put it back in the shell. So literally, when you're in the dining room dressed up, all you have to do is stick it with a fork, dip it in butter, and enjoy it. That's all.
You don't know how appreciative people are. Because,
Yeah.
you know, you go to restaurants and you're like, I got to deal with the king crab. But I don't order it sometimes because you're like, I'm
You
going to
gotta
get
mess
messy.
with it.
No, fork it in it.
Everything's intentional,
That's
man.
awesome.
And like we even go like sea basses in there. We get the best salmon you can
Love
get.
sea bass. And it's very good sea bass.
We sell some, like that's probably one of the biggest non-steak sellers is our sea bass, like salmon. Just because we want like a healthier option. People like, if you like salmon, this is the best salmon you can get. The scallops are the best
great.
scallops money can buy. Like everything on the
My
menu
son
is.
always gets scallops on the side. How many you want? Every
Yeah.
day, the waitress always
Yeah.
laughs. He's like,
Yeah.
one. I'm like, all right, dude, order 5.
But it's what it is. Everything's the quality's very important. Everything's intentional. Like I said, I like to tell people like this is the best, or I've never had anything like it's like it's not an accident.
Right.
Like it's like this every time. People come in and ask me, Chef, what should I get? It's our first time here, and I like to tell them, you get what you normally like. Like, cause I could be like, I'm a ribeye person. I'm not going to try to sell Tommy a New York strip. I don't care if it's the best Japanese hand massage sake fish
You say
strip.
that, but what I find interesting about the comment, because this is the way I take it, nobody in your restaurant ever pushes anything on anybody. So
No.
I always say, you go to other restaurants, you're like, oh, but you should have this. No, they don't push anything. What's on the menu? Now, if you ask them, like, I have no idea, they'll make recommendations.
Right, absolutely.
It's always solid.
And we tell them, like, they have the background and they have the stories and they have, you know, they understand, like, what it is. But I try to tell people, and this is years of experience. Like we said earlier, right? Like, you work for people, you work for companies, and it's like, not only did I learn what to do, but I learned what not to do, right? Which is kind of a thing. But, like, we've had people before, like, you know, you'll have this little bitty old lady come in that normally eats her 6-ounce fillets, right? Not at our restaurant, but then you get a server who's, you know, they're there for money, right? I got to pay my rent. So what do you want to sell them? I want to sell them a $200 tomahawk steak. Some little lady, no matter how good you make it sound, she's going to say, it's fatty. Is it so like
You're not putting a ribeye like in front of my old lady.
but you know, but like you're not worried about catering to her experience and her overall, and like that's a big point. Like I said, and we drill that home every day as far as like the wait staff. It's like we're there to give you a certain experience. Our job is to give you all of the rides, let you know about all the rides and the different areas you can go. But we're not upset if you come in and just get a blue cheese wedge salad and a 8-ounce fillet and a mac and cheese. Like, that's okay.
So you said sides. You have some very unique sides. Let's talk about those real quick. Because you got the mac and cheese. You got the au gratin potatoes, right? By the way.
Yeah, they're all kind of scallops.
Lobster mac and
Scallop
cheese.
salad, lobster mac and cheese you can add on there.
Then you got the Brussels sprouts.
Brussels.
I would say my favorite out of all of them, which we did a little Thanksgiving teaser this year. We did it out for catering, but it was the truffle cream corn.
That was actually really good.
Yeah.
So if you like corn, and once again,
You
it's
better like truffle.
You gotta like truffle, you gotta like corn, but like we get cases of corn, we shut the husk off of it, we peel the kernels off of the
100%.
off of the corn. It takes all day to make it. Like, thank you. But no, so like it's everything. Like I said, it's all very intentional. It's all about,
Finish me off
it's all
there.
about the quality.
Yeah, you gotta have that.
And that's it. And we kind of have that mentality, like, and we see people coming in and going back to our vision. And when we opened it, there's people that, you know, we kind of think of as kind of like,
And we're squeezing them.
come on, look, just turn it on.
Yeah.
You know, but it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, we kind of think of like YOLO, right? And I tell the staff that, like, look, nobody's coming in here pinching pennies. If not, they wouldn't be in here.
Exactly.
Right? So it's like they know kind of what they're getting into. They know they probably are more inclined to order something that they wouldn't order somewhere else. They're more inclined to get the bigger bottle of wine. They're more inclined to get the bourbon they've never, or spend $80 on a shot of Pappy that they only heard about. You know, like whatever it might be. And it's like, and it's so funny. Like, they'll have this table from, Thibodeau.
Yeah.
And I know we start talking to them, and they're like, I'm like, man, Thibodeau, huh? Like, y'all eating beluga caviar?
Right.
Like,
I
that
don't
don't
make
make.
caviar.
And literally, they go, don't know. Never had caviar before. But you know what? Fuck it. We're here.
That's
if
it.
we're going to have caviar, this is the type place we're going to have that. So we're going to try it
very
here.
good there. I
And
remember.
we're like, we're going to try it. And if we like it, I'm like, well, do you like it? They're like, nope. Right?
Yeah.
But it's like they have it. They get their guard down. It's like,
If I put an octopus on your menu next.
no.
But you do have
octopus.
sushi.
Okay.
You do have sushi on your menu.
Oh.
As an app, right?
Yeah, we have a Wagyu nigiri sushi.
Which
So
it's a very good sushi.
Yeah.
And it's interesting.
It's very
you should try it.
it's the Shishiri Wagyu. We're one of 8 in the world that we actually can get that. That's a slice of that. We blowtorch it, brush it with a sauce, and top with Ossetra caviar and gold leaf to make it fancy.
But let's talk desserts because we're getting close on time.
Well, you don't get me yelled at, just so you know.
Well, it's very important. Look, you can't go through a 7-course menu and not eat the dessert. What's the biggest dessert that you have on your menu?
We didn't say the best seller, the biggest dessert.
Creme brulee. So everybody likes
It's
creme
the
brulee.
king of creme brulee.
Right, so let me get a funny story. We first
We're
opened.
gonna get a picture of the creme brulee. We're gonna let y'all
Yeah,
put a
we
little
had
picture, a little video of
about
that.
6 different desserts on our menu. And we did night 1 of friends and family soft opening. And Brandon said, time out. Get rid of everything. We're keeping the donuts for people that don't know what they want.
I like the donut.
They're like, and they're great. He's like,
Donuts are crap.
we're doing the butter cake, which we'll get to in a minute.
I love butter cake.
They're like, that's the dough. And we're going to do the creme brulee for the show. So you want creme brulee for the show, butter cake for the dough. And for people that want something different with chocolate or berry or whatever, we got the donuts with 3
Which is a little bit lighter.
And it's lighter.
Yeah.
But when I'm telling you, it is a creme brulee big as that plate.
Oh, 100%.
Easily feeds 6
With a
to 8
blowtorch.
people.
Chef needs to actually go back and remeasure his creme brulee. It's way bigger than that.
We're gonna put a clip of the
We'll
video.
put a clip. It's huge.
We're gonna do a clip.
So, but once again, it's the best creme brulee like that I can make with the best vanilla beans and the best egg yolks.
So what's
and the
special about it though? Because don't you like blow people up with a torch when you walk out and present?
Yeah, I was going there when I got too much hair product.
It's done table side.
Yeah.
Right? So once again, it's a wow factor. It's an experience. And that's an experience not only for the people that are at your table, that
Other
you're
people.
in face.
Oh, I can tell you right now.
But if you got a table and as soon as I light that torch up, people go,
Exactly.
and they want to see what's going on.
Whether
Whether
they
they
get
get
it
or
or
not,
not, I want that.
I want that. Or that's an experience that they're like, damn, this dude got a blowtorch. Like, it's all about
Yeah.
everything is very intentional and it has a purpose on why we do it. And it's about how you feel. It's about you're leaving going,
Holy shit.
I can't wait to be my friends back because now I know a little bit about it. And I can't wait to show them what I've already known.
Right.
Right? And it's
Yeah.
just, it's like this tumbleweed that just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger that, people are more excited about.
When did you guys first open?
May 17th, 2022.
Well, that's what I thought. It was like on the tail end.
Right after COVID. And that's the one thing, like people are like, Brandon, you're kind of crazy. Like you're going to open this place during COVID and this, but like it's been nothing but successful. It's been nothing but like his vision that he came to me the first time when I was still at Sullivan's and said, hey man, I got this idea. What do you think? Right? And we, like I said, just talking about it, but going back to it, he didn't rush it. The purpose is still on the vision that we originally had, that the experience that we want to give people, and we don't sacrifice for it. Like we don't sacrifice time, we don't sacrifice anything at all that's going to sacrifice the guest experience.
All right, my last question.
All right.
This is retarded.
What?
You can't say retarded. You have to say mentally challenged.
It's both. When you go there and you go to the restaurant, there's a lot of artwork. There's a lot of pictures of people's hands. Whose hand? Or is it just like stock
In
photography?
FOMO?
Yeah.
FOMO's that's some artist that did that bathroom. So we'll talk about FOMO in a minute, what that is. So it's the mirror frame and the wallpaper is some artist from Miami. It might even be like
Hey, we're not going to talk about FOMO.
no.
No, we're not.
Okay.
We're not allowed to.
Are we not allowed to?
That's what y'all told me. When we did the
Well, he can
bartender,
talk about it. We're not allowed to.
when we did the bartender with some kids.
Oh, I can talk about it. It's a private lounge in there. No, so that's it. But I know like a lot of the Nader sisters, then we have like some pretty like Brooks Nader. It's like we have big faces on the wall. Like there's little hints. Like Mackenzie has this thing with like Batman.
Yeah.
So, so there's a big mural in the room. There's a private dining room. It's like it's a big mural, and her and this barstool lady Megan, they have like masks on. We have chains in the restaurant with our logos on it that are made in Barcelona, Spain. It's like if you go in there and you see the wall and it has a big Supper Club logos on it, that's actually chains, and each strain of chains, each link is a different color that creates the mural. It's not painted behind the chains or anything. And then there's another one by the restroom, a chain wall, and if you look really close, there's actually a lady
Behind it.
with a bunny face, and her face is in the chains in there. And then there's a lot of the Nader sisters are on the big faces on the wall, but it's constantly changing, it's constantly moving. Like it's not, this is who we are. Like we're always like, we're 4 years old and we're literally about to do a major revamp. We want to go through like, you know, changing some wallpaper up. We want to change plateware up. We want to change glassware up just to keep it fresh and exciting. Because once you've been there once and you're like, oh my God, then you come there twice. You come there 5, 6, 7 times, not for, like
Yeah, I
you
ain't been
guys.
in there 5
But
years.
you know what, for the average person, you've been there a few times, you're like, all right, Ben, I've been there, I saw it, I experienced the Wagyu that's 1 of 8 in the world, I've had the scallops that you never see. Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, you always got to keep innovating and you kind of keep working. Going back to FOMO Lounge, right? So, this was Brandon's idea. This is, Brandon is a very, very keen sense on what people want, right? I can execute, I'm not the visionary. That's why he is the founder. And he comes up with the ideas.
Right.
I make it happen. He came in there one day and I'm like, what are you doing? He has a legal pad, a tape measure, which I don't know what he's measuring.
Can he read a tape measure?
And I guess so. Grew up on a sugar cane for him, so I'm sure he can. And he's like beating on walls. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, bro, what if we cut a hole right here? We put a door. It'll be a secret door. Then we're going to build another door behind it, and we're going to charge people to have a membership. And I'm like,
But I also
but
remember
I'm like, dude, there ain't nobody going to do this.
until you started asking, because I remember.
So then
I remember you asking us.
So
Yeah.
then we started asking, and they're like, you know what? Maybe so.
What's the dress code? Oh, you can dress down.
You can dress down.
And we
if
can
you're a
eat the
member.
same food? Well, heck yeah.
And there's more different food. And it's
Well, they
more
do have some
custom
special
stuff.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to file a complaint.
You know,
I'm going to file a
so
complaint.
there's more stuff like that. It's just, you know, so now we have this FOMO lounge, and I'm thinking, Brandon, we're not Miami. We're
Right.
not Vegas. You know, there's how many people in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, one's going to pay the membership fee and then come in here to support this place. And he's like, trust me, I think there's a need.
He thought right.
And literally, it's on a wait list. Like we don't have, it's on a wait list of people. Hope we don't watch it, but you know, Stevie Toops, who's the president of Turner Industries, is like, please take my money so I can be a member. And I want to go there. And I'm like, we're on a wait list because it's exclusivity and it's, you know, we don't want to get to where
Steve, if the money's right, you can have my membership. But it's gonna cost you.
You know, but it's a local spot that you don't have anywhere else in town, and then it's a completely different experience than what the main supper club is, right? It's different colors, it's different smells, it's different service, it's different attitude. It's everything about it is completely different.
When I go in early at 4 o'clock when nobody else is there, because then they'll play some music I ask them to play.
You can play whatever you want. We've had people in there going, hey, Logan Paul's fighting tonight. Can y'all buy the pay-per-view? We have a TV in there to watch games with them. Like, once again, I'll never, not that I doubt Brandon, right? But I love when he proves me wrong because
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, who's gonna do this?
Well, let's get out of here on those notes
Yep.
because we've run over with,
A little bit.
but it's
We
all
keep,
right.
we keep,
Because we
getting
keep
the
drinking
wine.
wine.
Wasn't bad wine.
His
Steaks
So-
or the bison.
The bison's off the chart. We're going to go grill those other steaks up
The
just because we
scallops.
can.
If you didn't try them, that's on y'all.
I'll
I
definitely
tried
try
it.
that.
It
I
was
carried
very,
the
very good.
scallop.
They were cooked perfect, by the way.
So you get a chance, check out Supper Club. Obviously, you've heard the story here. It's a great experience, not just a restaurant to go to.
Yeah.
So we're going to get out of here on a couple of notes. Number one, thank you for coming. I
Very
appreciate
good.
it.
Thank you
very
very
much.
much. Friendship. As always.
And as we always do on our way out, we always thank our military personnel. We love you. We thank you. We appreciate you. You're doing a job. We love you and thank you so much. Danny, ex-military, thank you for that. Don't let the submarine stories he tells you, they're not true. Submarine guys do not do it deeper. That's just asinine. It's
Just saying, they do.
that's fucking stupid. No, you don't. No. No. But military people, we love you. We appreciate you. Everybody have a good evening. Be safe. Talk to y'all soon.
Yep.
Cheers.
Peace out.
Cheers.
Damn, that was good.